Hello and welcome to my talk for today. It's good to see you and I trust you're doing well. This morning I had a telephone conversation with Bishop Matthias in Ho. He and his family are generally doing quite well during this COVID crisis, but Lucy, his wife, had a little bit of an illness a few weeks ago, but the general conclusion is that it's not connected with the virus. On the other hand, church buildings in the diocese have not been able to open. Officially, there are relatively few cases of infection across the country, though he thinks the levels may be higher because testing is not as available as it is here. It was good to hear from him, and he describes a situation with regard to opening buildings. The government has allowed it, but there are guidelines in place. Everyone entering for worship would have to have their temperature taken and recorded using a device such as we've seen on TV. They're very costly. It would also be hard to have people to sanitize the buildings. Many don't have running water or even washroom facilities. In addition, I don't think there's a wage subsidy in the country. All of this and more has led to Matthias keeping the buildings closed. Speaking with him reminded me again of the global nature of the pandemic. It shows that we are all connected, and this virus shows no partiality towards any. The bishop told me this morning that the health minister of Ghana has the illness at present. I have to say that having visited Ho, and particularly the markets, it's hard to imagine how things like social distancing might work. The conditions are very cramped with stalls close together. People shop well into the dark hours, remembering that night falls at about 6 p.m. throughout the year. I also had a sense from Matthias that people in general are fearful of the virus. That seems to extend to being around people who are or have been infected. It seems that hospitals and other places are short of PPE, and because of that, in the local hospital, the whole staff had to isolate and be replaced. Apparently things are worse in the rural areas, and the fear is that the virus will spread more widely. I have the impression that it may not have reached its peak yet in Ghana. The conversation has made the situation in Ghana much more real to me. As we thankfully are taking another step forward today in New Brunswick, for which we thank God, let us remember those in Ho and beyond as they continue to face this pandemic with fewer resources than we have. Once again, thank you for listening to my talk today. I hope that you'll be able to join us later this evening for the litany. Also, I hope that you will be able to stay safe. So, God bless, and all being well, we'll see you again tomorrow.